Hey guys, Jay here from the Legion of Two, and in this one I wanted to talk about why the Blackshields are my favourite army. Now, first of all, for anybody who doesn't know, the Blackshields are Marines who, from the loyal and the traitor elements, no longer follow their Primarch. Now, some people may think that sounds like the Shattered Legions, but they are technically classed as being a sort of different sub-faction because they do pursue their own agendas and don't really follow higher orders other than the commander of their warband. Now, already with that description alone, there are thousands of possibilities. One thing I enjoy in the hobby in general is character creation. The concept of how you throw the man together, what weapons he carries, and especially with, say, the 40k Crusade, you can create the characters there and sort of expand on how they would progress. Playing the Blackshields allows you to design your own warband with both traitor and loyal Marines, as well as create their backstories and give them relatively any equipment from the ground up. As I said, one of my favourite things is character creation, and even from the start, every Marine you design can have a backstory, preferred weapon, or even feelings about their parent legion. Your warband can have top of the line equipment or mismatched gear, or they could have superstitious totems, stolen armor, or anything you want, dependent on how you kit bash them. This gives you great opportunity to use any kit you desire. For example, you could have a Terminator who has stolen Phoenix Guard, Emperor's Children armor. Even though he may be from a completely different legion, he could have been, for example, from the Raven Guard. So he would be in their armor, but have the pale white face. You could potentially have even a warband dedicated to sowing fear into their enemies, made up of maybe even Night Lords or World Eaters, or a band all based around having to endure the trauma of having their Primarchs betraying the Emperor. So you could throw together some armed warriors or Death Guard. And some of the canonical examples we have are, we had loyal Death Guard who still wear Dusk Raider colours doing hit and run attacks. We had a warband of Sons of Horus and Iron Hands. And finally, and quite strange enough, Traitor Space Wolves. Now that one alone is really, really interesting, and the sort of idea that they're turning traitor. They've got that inherent anger. Would they go with the World Eaters or would they go with the Night Lords? Now, the poster boy for the Blackshields, and one of my favourite characters, is Endred Har. He is the star of the Black Shield audio series that was written by Josh Reynolds, and from his point of view, spoilers if anybody doesn't know, he once was a Thunder Warrior who transitioned into being a Space Marine, and from that point of view, he's taller, faster, and a lot nastier than most Space Marines as is. And he became a Black Shield when the World Eaters betrayed the Emperor and he was imprisoned in the place called Kangbomaru because they assumed because he was a World Eater he actually was a traitor, even though at that point in time the reason he was on Terra was because he was in self-imposed exile, as he refused to take the Butcher's Nails and Angron did not want him in the Legion. Now, unfortunately, his story is cut short in two aspects. In one case, that he only got 3 audio dramas and Josh Reynolds no longer writes for Black Library. And in the second instance, another spoiler, he's killed in one of the Siege of Terra books. He makes it back to Terra with his Blackshields, and they assist Captain Garrow, Loken, and a few others in guarding the underground areas when the Sons of Horus attempt to drill underneath the wall and launch an assault. And he dies actually trying to kill Abaddon. Even though his Power Fist is damaged, he does attempt to crush Abaddon's head and just almost succeeds. But Abaddon manages to stab him in the head with a knife and kills him. But the bulk of his corpse falls on Abaddon and he can't actually lift him up. And without the teleportation that saves Abaddon, Garrow would have taken his head. They would probably be seen as somewhat of an obscure faction, but for people who like a lot of the ability to just choose what they want, play what they want, or do what they want, you are kind of spoiled for choice. If you were to compare them to 40k, the closest approximation I think would be the Death Watch. Yes, they do have a unit in there called a Black Shield, but that's more of just an identical name, but for a completely different concept. But when it comes to the Death Watch, they're the closest one I can think to that allows you to take the unique character approach, the variability of weapons, and the sort of unique style and subgenre of what the Blackshields actually are. With Heresy 2.0 coming, I'm quite excited to add more to my Blackshields, but honestly I'm also quite a bit worried about where their place is in the game. From the leaks that we've seen, we all know that the 18 legions have all got a lot of work put into them, but from the point of view of some of the other armies, Mechanicum, Imperial Army, Militia, etc., we haven't really seen anything about them. I'm hoping that they're either going to be in a supplement or just some sort of random index book where they're all put together at least, because I would hate to see that some of the lesser known armies are just discontinued. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. Are you a fan of the Blackshields? Are you not a fan? Had you not even heard of them? Or do you really like them? Let me know in the comments below, and as usual, like, subscribe, and do all that usual stuff. Thanks now. Bye-bye.